Hey guys, welcome to the Flytrap. I want to start with an introduction because y'all don't really know me. My name is Sakai. I like to talk, so that's really why I'm here. But also, I just feel like these are important topics that people our age and stuff should care about, and I want to put it on a platform for us to care and be interested and want to listen. That's basically what this is. I'm just going to talk about sensitive topics. Why fly traps? So, the Venus flytrap. I'm sure y'all know what that is. It's a plant. And so, it has little, speck thingies, right? And so, when a fly comes on it, it can feel the fly come onto it. That it'll know when to close because it feels the little thing. So, those things are the little pieces on the fly trap are really sensitive, and so I feel like when we talk about sensitive topics, we're touching on the sensitive topics, and here we are closing in on the sensitive topics, and we're outside, so I feel like it makes sense. So today's episode, the question is, do the stereotypes of black families affect how black people interact within relationships, and where does it start? So first I want to address what the stereotypes of black families are. Mainly I'm focusing on the mother and father, not kids and stuff. But so for the mom, there's the strong, independent mother. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when teachers ask you can I call your mom? I've never heard a teacher say, let me call your dad. Honestly. Think about Christmas. The mother, I mean, not that we're really involved in who's buying gifts and stuff, but I feel like I know that my mom is the one figuring out who's buying the gifts and where the money's coming from, and probably knows their child more than the father enough to know which child wants what. Cuz the moms are the providers for the black within the black community. The providers, the leaders, the decision makers. They really control the household, and they are the resilient, persistent. They're the ones who come to the teachers meetings. Moms are the persistent, they're really there. They're always supposed to be in the black community. They're the most present. And the man, the father, is aloof or absent, just always working maybe, or always doing his thing, living a separate life, really, depersonalized, lacking obligation. I will also say the father is complacent, just kind of just comfortable where he's at, you know, not ever changing, not growing. I feel like mothers are more so that within the black community. Obviously, this stuff is not true for everybody. I would hate for anybody to think that, because it's not. That's the whole point. That's why it's a stereotype, because it's not true for everybody. And this is yeah, we're just analyzing the stereotype. Um, so to break that down, I feel like we should analyze if we see this within our peer groups. People of our age, do we see these characteristics coming about at young ages, or where does it start? So for me, I feel like I've been seeing these things within our age groups since young, elementary school, whether it's boys would just be boys. A lot of the stereotypes with young girls our age is that girls are on top of their stuff and boys will just, be athletes, or just, focus on the things that they have, the little things, the unimportant stuff. And they'll get it later in life. That's what I've heard my entire life about boys. They'll just get it later. I think pushing this stereotype onto boys and our young people affects the way that we interact anyway. So whether that's within relationships and young people, I always see the girl is like supposedly more loving, like the nonchalant boy and the focused go-getter girlfriend. You know, that's not, it doesn't have to be reality, but I think it is because of the stereotypes from our families. Like, whether I don't think it's necessarily like because of an example, like what we see in our households necessarily. All men aren't just aloof. Like, it comes through growing through society, and with all the stereotypes that are pushed onto men and women, I feel like it affects the way that our parents grew up, and then it affects the way that we grow up and the way that we act because of the stereotype, but not because of the example, like our parents. It's not because of them, it's because of the stereotype that was pushed onto them and then onto us. I can say that I saw it in my own household from a young age when it came to like doing chores or like the things that I had to learn versus my brothers had to learn. They, took out the trash and they went back inside and played their game. I think that's an example of being aloof. But then for me, the girl, I was told I need to learn how to cook and clean or like watch my little siblings or play with my little siblings instead of being on my iPad. What's wrong with my iPad? Isn't the iPad just like the game, y'all? But I guess not because I'm a girl. But like seriously, I think like that those like little stereotypes and these little things that are pushed onto young people really do shape the way that we go about having our own families, because these are things that are been ingrained in us like our entire lives. Even in daily interactions, like how we speak to each other, women are supposed to be more like gentle. I kind of see it happening in our generation because like I feel like, well, first of all, with that whole nonchalant boy thing, but I feel like it's like forced on boy. And then I also see it a lot in like with the fact that it's supposed to be normalized that girls talk to boys first now. But I feel like I see it like manifesting in different ways within our generation. Think about think about when you go to doctor's appointments, who's taking you? Me, my mom is taking me every time. Yes. Oh my God. One time, okay, I was at church, y'all, and the pastor was like, he was apologizing to his daughters for not really being there at their cheer competitions and stuff. And he was like, he was being honest, and he was like, he went to his son's basketball games because he was entertained by it, but like, and didn't really attend the cheer competitions or the dance recitals because he didn't care too much for it. But he realized that like that, yeah, you got to put your pride aside, and if it's something important to your child, it should be something important to you. And so he realized that, and so I think that's like an example of a good changed man. Does that change what the children experienced when they grew up? No, it doesn't. But yeah, that's an example of what I'm talking about. To bring in this conclusion, to bring this to a close, like, can this be fixed? And to me, I think it can. Whether it's our reality or like actually what we see in our households, the only way to like really see a change in it is to become what we want to see. So like that's just like a combined, for me, what I want to see within the Black community is like combined families, like really families that work together and that are one because of each other. Like, so the father is really present in your child's life and knows the same things that the mother does. The mother is not overworking herself because of the father's shortcomings. I feel like with that example in the black community, I think it will shape young people people our age, into becoming better people in general, like for families or whatever. So I feel like us as people, we have to do that for each other so that these stereotypes can be eliminated. As we change the example of what we see within our households, we will also change the people that we're growing into. So, guys, that's all I have for you today. Leave your thoughts, guys. If you have any thoughts, let me know. I'd like to hear it. Thanks for watching the Flytrap. Bye. Cut. Bro, like stop. For real, flies. Like, I'm not messing with y'all right now. Cut it. Families. Bye. I can feel your energy from